Hello and welcome to Fearless Dating. Thank you so much for joining me. It's really cool to be here with you again today because we are going to be exploring part 2 of what we began to explore in the previous episode. It's the second reason as to why you need to ensure that when you're dating, you are creating more than you consume. And again, if you're thinking, I don't really get the concept of creating more than I consume when I'm dating, I don't understand the connection, then do not worry, I will share examples with you as to exactly what I mean and what you can do to begin to transform that. Because this is for you if you feel like, okay, I've signed up to the apps or the dating sites, or I'm going to events regularly, I'm meeting people regularly, but I'm not getting the results. People aren't stopping at my profile and connecting with me on there, or I'm going to events but no one's really approaching me, no one's really making the effort to make a connection with me. And it's beginning to get really frustrating because you're like, hang on a minute, I've shown up for this opportunity, why is this not happening? So this episode is really for you because I've found that by starting to apply this distinction of what we're going to explore here today can really begin to shift and transform the results that you are having in your dating life. So stay tuned, keep your eyes glued to the screen and we will explore that. And just so you know who's speaking to you, my name is Arti Joshi and I am the coach and creator of Fearless Dating. And this series is for you so that you have powerful insights that you can begin to put into practice instantly so that you can date fearlessly just like that. So let's get started. So why do you need to ensure that you're creating more than you consume when you're dating? So the second reason as to why this is so important is because actually, I'm going to share an example with you of how this is powerfully demonstrated. Now, this distinction is really important because it doesn't just impact your dating life, it can impact all areas of your life, your business, your relationships as a whole, your career, your health, finances, etc. And one way in which it's really had a huge impact on my life is in my coaching practice. Within my coaching practice, I ensure that I am creating more by writing frequently, writing my ideas, my concepts, my insights frequently. I'm ensuring that I'm filming this content regularly and frequently. I'm ensuring that I am recording episodes of the podcast frequently and doing that more so than consuming other people's content, especially in this who are operating in the same arena as I am. And even for the coaching practice itself, I make sure that I am coaching as regularly and as often as I can, rather than signing up to loads of courses or ways in which I can learn to coach. Because ensuring that I'm creating more in these areas than I am consuming means that I'm not just taking it in on an intellectual level, but actually I'm practicing, I'm formulating my own ideas, my own concepts, my own insights in a way that feels natural and organic to who I am, and means that I can speak them and share them in a way that's natural and organic and authentically me, right? If I was to consume lots of content from other people, what you might find is that what you're hearing from me is what you've heard in this video here and that read in that person's article, that article over there. Right? And it wouldn't have that gravity or the gravitas and that impact that it would need to have, because all I'm doing is I'm trying to regurgitate someone else's message. So it's not coming from me. It's more like I'm coming from a place of imitation rather than inspiration. Here, what I'm practicing now by ensuring that I'm creating more than I consume is I can get inspired by other people's content and what they're sharing in the world. But then what I do is I make sure that I practice it and I try it out for myself, and I play with it myself to see how it feels to me, to then create my own version of that, kind of create my own blueprint of whatever insights and experiences that I've been having and I've been practicing. Which means when I am sharing it in a coaching session or on a podcast or this video here today, it's coming from a place of someone that has actually done the work, or someone that has actually lived this stuff. So you're not getting a regurgitated version of someone else, you're getting me. And so how this applies to your dating life? Well, if you're on the apps frequently, if you're going to dating events frequently, you can see other people doing things. You can see what kind of pictures they've got going on. You can see, what things they've written in their profile. You might see people at events and, maybe people of the same sex as you, and you think, oh, well, they're carrying themselves in a certain way, so maybe I should do that. And we can step into a space of trying to imitate these things by, okay, I'm going to lift that line from that person's profile and slightly tweak it and bung it in mine. And therefore it's not you. You haven't been inspired by this person. You've literally just lifted from them and tried to apply it to you, which means, again, it's lacking in that energy that is so you. It's lacking in that authenticity. It's not your lived experience. It's not uniquely you, which is the thing that will get someone so attracted to you, that will make that person really focus in on you and think, wow, there's something really special and unique about this person. So we want to make sure that, okay, if we are on these apps, of course, have a look at other people's profiles and be inspired by them, but try not to imitate them. Instead, take a look at what is it that I'm so inspired by in this person's profile, the way that this person is carrying themselves, and how can I find my own very unique version of that? Like, can I experiment with that in some way so that I'm able to tell if it really feels like it fits me and it really feels like it expresses who I truly am, and then put that out into the world, as opposed to trying to make someone else's template fit me. Like, it's that whole square peg round hole thing, right? It's not going to fit, it's not going to work if we're just taking something from someone else and trying to apply it to ourselves. No, we want to create more than we consume by being inspired by other people, but not imitating them. So that's what I wanted to share with you today in part 2 of why we need to create more than we consume when we're dating. And if you feel like, okay, this is interesting, this is making sense to me, but you have some more questions about this, then please do not hesitate to either drop a comment below or send me a direct message, and I will ensure I get back to you. And what will also be really useful, because sometimes when we ask questions we think, oh gosh, I'm silly for asking this question, or other people know what I'm going on about. Absolutely not. Usually I find that the questions people ask me are so useful to everyone that's trying to navigate their way through this area of their lives. So that's why great news is that next Friday, the Fearless Dating podcast goes live. I cannot wait to share it with you. And within each long episode, there will be the hashtag Ask Artie segment. And that's the section in which you can send me your questions about dating, romance, relationships, and I will ensure that I answer them for you in an upcoming episode. So any questions that you have about what we explored here today, like I said, drop me a comment below or send me a direct message, and I will ensure that it's answered within the upcoming episode of the Fearless Dating podcast starting next Friday, Friday the 1st of November. Cannot wait to share it with you. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I will see you tomorrow for part 3 of why you need to create more than you consume when you're dating. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.